Dear students, in this session we are going to discuss about what is virion and what is viroid. Okay, what is the difference between virion and viroid, or what these terms are meaning? What is virion and what is viroid? So what is a virion? Virion is a complete functional virus. Okay, that is a virion. Means a virus which is outside a host cell. That is known as virion. It is a complete functional virus and it is having the capacity to infect a living tissue. Means its host tissue. You know, each virus will be having its specific host cell. So this complete functional structure means it is having all the essential structures to infect a host cell. That is known as a virion. Okay. This means that includes that the structure includes the genetic material, the capsid and the envelope, the membrane proteins which bind, which allow the this structure to bind to the host. This much structural features should be there in this virion. Then only we can call it a virion. Okay. So, commonly we use the term virus itself, but in scientific terms we need to use the word virion for a viral particle which is outside the host cell and having all the structural features to infect a host cell. Okay, so it is a structural unit of the virus. And it has two essential features, that is the genetic material and the capsid. That is the essential features. Genetic material can be DNA or RNA, and the capsid, which is the protein coat. And sometimes it may be having a glycoprotein spicules surrounding it on the envelope. Okay, glycoprotein spicules will be there on the envelope. That is not present for all virions. In certain virions, there will be an envelope surrounding it, and on this envelope, there will be glycoprotein spicules. So, viruses can be found inside a cell, means inside the host cell, or it can be outside the cell, means it is ready to infect a host cell. So when it is outside a cell, that is when it is present extracellularly, when it is outside the cell, it is known as virion. Okay, and this virion contain the protein coat known as the capsid, then the genetic material. And in certain cases, the virion will be having envelope also. That is only in certain virions, envelopes are there. In the case of HIV, there is an envelope. But in the case of tobacco mosaic virus, there is no envelope. So there are enveloped viruses and viruses which are not enveloped. Okay. So we are here talking about virion. And most scientists call this cell, the host cell as a whole, the virus. Means once the virion infects a host cell, the complete thing does not enter into the host cell. Or if at all the complete virus is entering into the host cell, the capsid and all get disintegrated, and only the genetic material is there which hijack the machinery of the host cell and it start making its viral proteins. Okay, and that complete cell as a whole means a cell where the viral DNA or viral genetic material is there, and it's viral protein production is there. That complete cell, that host cell is called as virus by certain scientists. Okay, so when it is outside the cell, we call it virion. And this, if we should call it virion, it should have all the essential features to infect a host cell. Means if the coat is not there, we cannot call it virion. If the genetic material is not there inside the coat, we cannot call it virion. So the biomolecules found in the virion are the genetic material, either DNA or RNA. It can be single or double stranded. Then there is the nucleoprotein capsid, and it may be sometimes this virion may be enveloped, which contain receptor proteins or enzymes which permit it to bind to the host. Okay, so what is a virion? It is an extracellular virus consisting of a protein coat surrounding a nucleic acid core. And within a cell, when the virus is inside the cell, When this virion is inside the cell, it will never have a envelope. The envelope is degraded, or it remains outside the host cell. Okay, so when it is inside the cell, it is not having an envelope. The virus will never have an envelope when it is inside the host cell. And if the cell, if this host cell where this viral replication is happening, if it is bursting before the viral parts assemble into complete virus, incomplete viral particles will be released outside this cell. And these incomplete viral particles cannot be called a virion because it is not having the capacity to infect. Sometimes it will be just the capsid, sometimes it will be just the genetic material. Only the assembled ones, means the middle, there is the nucleic acid or the genetic material, if it is covered by capsid, and if there is an envelope, the capsid is covered by an envelope. This, if all these have assembled together, then only we can call it a virion. So this is an HIV virion. Okay, it is having all these structural features. So we can call this an HIV virion. You can see there is the nucleic acid core, then there is the capsid, and surrounding it there is an envelope. This is the structure of a herpes virus virion. So what is a viroid now? What is viroid? So viroids are some other things. They are actually subviral particles. Okay, viroids are subviral particles. Okay, it is not at all virus. It is subviral, means smaller than virus. So these viroids are infectious particles and they are non-protein coding. They won't code for any proteins. And they are just RNAs. Just a piece of RNA acting as an infectious agent. That is known as viroid. And mainly this is inducing diseases in higher plants. And these infectious agents are closed circular single stranded RNAs. And they do not encode for any gene products. Okay, such particles are known as viroids. They are infectious agents. They are just a closed circular single stranded RNA. And these single-stranded RNAs, they requires host cell DNA-dependent RNA polymerase to replicate. Okay, if this single-stranded RNA need to replicate, they require DNA-dependent RNA polymerase of its host cell. Only then it will be able to replicate, and that's why it is attacking or infecting the host cell. For what? To get access to the DNA dependent RNA polymerase of the host cell, and it start replicating, and it cause many plant diseases. And these particles are found in infected host cell nucleolus. We find these mainly in the nucleolus area, or sometimes in the chloroplast also. And also these RNA particles, they trigger RNA silencing also. I am not describing now what is RNA silencing. That we may describe in another session what is RNA silencing, or in when you study molecular biology, we will study what is RNA silencing. About the discovery of viroids. So it is potato spindle tuber and at least 15 other crop diseases are caused by these viroids. So many diseases, around 15 crop diseases are there which are caused by these viroids, and we didn't know about this before 1971, and it was actually discovered by Theodore O. Diener, the Agricultural Research Service plant pathologist. He discovered this pathogen and gave the name viroid because it is similar to a virus. Okay, this Diener gave the name viroid. And this, because this, like virus, this viroid is also invading a cell and hijacking its reproductive mechanism. It is hijacking the cell's machinery, and it is forcing the cell to make copies of this particular RNA particle, and that's why he referred it as it is like a virus. So there is, in viroid there is no DNA. Here RNA is the genetic material. RNA is the genetic material of a viroid, which is an infectious particle. And this RNA particle will require a host cell to replicate. And in those plants which these RNA particles are infecting, it causes diseases. So viroids and viruses differ in structure, function and evolutionary origin. These viroids, they can even move intracellularly. They are mainly infecting plants, okay, these viroids, and they can move intracellularly. It can move cell to cell through plasmodesmata, as well as it can move a long distance through the phloem. And viroids may infect their host cells latently or induce different pathogenic alterations, including death. Examples are potato spindle tuber viroid and coconut cadung viroid. So these are the differences between virion and viroid. Virion, it is a nucleoprotein particle. Viroid, it is a RNA particle. Virion, nucleic acid can be DNA or RNA. Viroid, only RNA. Then virion, a protein covering of coat is present, but in viroid, a protein coat is absent. Virion is larger in size, but viroid is smaller in size. Virion can infect all types of organisms. Viroid can infect only plants. Then again about the width, virion 10 to 300 nanometers, viroid just 2 nanometer. Length also varies. Virion again up to 800 nanometer it can be, viroid just 130 nanometer. And in virion sometimes cytoplasmic membrane is absent, but an envelope may be present. But in viroid, cytoplasmic membrane as well as envelope, everything is absent here. Just the RNA particle is the infectious agent. And virion, it cannot replicate on its own. It uses replication machinery of the host cell. Here the viroid, it replicates by rolling circle mechanism using the RNA template, and the enzyme involved is RNA polymerase II. This enzyme is that of the host cell. It uses the enzyme of the host cell to replicate, but it can replicate by its own by rolling circle mechanism. But virion cannot replicate of its own. It utilizes the completely it utilizes the replicating machinery of the host cell. Here the viroid is using only the RNA polymerase. So that's all about virion and viroid. If there is any doubt, you can post in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.